The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Kirk Franklin, and I just want to say these damn kids don't appreciate shit. You just had to whoop their ass and kick them on their fucking neck and knock their motherfucking ass out. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Kirk Franklin. You listen to the X and Y show.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the X and Y show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. And I like to say a special Merry Christmas to Drea. She's always, bother me and stuff, and she says that I never says Merry Christmas to her. And I thought I'm pretty thorough in that. So I just want to make sure, even though it's not Christmas, of course. But for those of you who have listened to the X and Y show for quite some time, you know that's my favorite part of the year. So I want to correct that. And from here on out, I want to make sure that I say Merry Christmas to Drea. She's the host of Drea's Point of View, which is also on the Podbreed Network. So you want to check her out. She has a very good show. You can really lay back, drink some wine, and listen to her from her point of view. Very nice show. And so I just wanted to say that. Merry Christmas, Drea. Hello all, how you doing? I apologize. I didn't record last week. I had some real life shit. No problems or anything. Just had problems. Not problems. My mom and my sister surprise visited me from Miami, and my brother as well. So it caught me off guard, and I just didn't have time to record. So I apologize for that. But forgive me. It doesn't happen too often, but it does. I mean, but that's the beautiful thing about podcasts is that you can always go back and listen to old episodes. So if that happens before, I know all you motherfuckers haven't heard all of my episodes. So you can always go back and, my earlier days, maybe episode 10. And so you catch up and you say, oh, I never heard this one before. So that's the beautiful thing about a podcast. You can always go back and catch up. It's always there, but I do apologize. Questions for the week. The first one is from Jenny. Jenny says, my husband only wants to make love maybe twice a month. Shit. big problem. I would like it at least twice a day. Oh, shit. What's wrong with me? Well, Jenny, first of all, I would like to say I'm going to send you my email, and I want you to DM me after. No, I'm just kidding. I would never. People that have been listening to the show, I wouldn't fuck a married woman. That's one thing, and I'm not a saint. I'm not a saint. I will fornicate. That's just, hey, I can't be too pure. But I will not fuck anyone's other's wife. People who've been listening to the show know how I feel about the institution of marriage. I would never fuck anyone's wife knowingly. Now, girlfriend, that's different. I don't respect that shit. Sorry. Your girlfriend might be in trouble. But your wife, I would never do that. So I'm just joking, Jenny. But why do you think it's you? It might not be you, Jenny. But, what are you wearing to bed? Is it sexy? You wearing some sexy drawers, sexy lingerie, or you just wearing a big ass gown with your hair and the rollers and shit? What are you wearing to bed? That could be it, but it's not necessarily it. I would say get counseling. That shit is not normal. Usually it's the woman who don't want to fuck. And I know a lot of women say, oh, that's not true, Roosevelt. Oh, no, the women, that's bullshit. Usually women don't want to fuck. Let's just get it out there. And that shit scares the fuck out of me. That's why, I'm kind of reluctant on getting married, because I don't want to be in a marriage. That's my worst nightmare. Be in a marriage with a woman who don't want to fuck. I don't understand that shit. You're supposed to love this motherfucker and to death do us part, and I will die for you, and I have your children, but I don't want to fuck you. No. Shit don't even make sense. That's my worst nightmare. So, but usually it's the women who don't want to fuck. So the man don't want to fuck. That means it may be something psychologically wrong with your husband. Maybe he needs to get counseling. Maybe you both need to go together and fix the problem that is fucking with his head, so he'll want to fuck more. Your husband's libido is low, extremely low for a man. Usually men want to fuck. That shit is not normal. So you need to find out why it's so low. But it doesn't mean it's necessarily you. Maybe his dick don't work. Maybe he knows his dick is not coming up to par, and he don't want to get into a situation with you and get embarrassed. That's something you both need to talk about. A simple blue pill may fix that. But the key thing is communication. You two have to communicate. You have to ask him, why don't you want to fuck? Is there something bothering you? You have to ask him, are you willing to get counseling for it? You have to let him know that you're here for him, and let him know that you want to fuck more than twice a month. Have you told him that? He might think it's okay. I don't know your fuck history. I don't know if you were fucking more when you were first married. You didn't give that information. But if you were fucking more when you were married and now all of a sudden it's twice a month, that's a big problem. There's something wrong there. So the key is communication. Find out what is bothering your husband. It could be mental issues that's fucking with him, and he just don't want to fuck. That's something that counseling could take care of. It could be physical, where his dick won't get hard like it used to, and he knows it, and he don't want to get in a situation with you and be embarrassed. That's something a blue pill could fix. So you have to communicate with your husband and find out why he don't want to fuck you, because that is not normal for a man not fucking. A woman, that's that's some shit you just expect. Shit. When a lot of women just don't want to fuck, at least as much as a man. And, that's why when you get a woman who wants to fuck as much as a man or more, then you got a gem. That's a gem. You have to marry her. Never divorce. But anyway, Jenny, find out what is bothering him. You have to communicate with him. You have to let him know that you are there for him, and you have to fix that problem together. That's what I would advise for you. Next question from Malcolm. My wife loves to sit on my face before we fuck. Okay. I like it too. But if I move, she sits too long, and it really bothers me in a physical kind of way. Advice? Well, I would say be still. I would say, Malcolm, be still. Don't move. She won't sit too long. Be your ass still. That's easy. You move around. She sit too long. Be still. That's all. I don't know what else you want to say. Oh, my goodness. All right, let me start. This week's episode. Are you a good supporter in your marriage or relationship? Are you a good supporter in your marriage or relationship? I want to just mention some people and go from there. First person, Alexander Bell, inventor of the telephone. Well, he's the documented inventor. I'm not going to get into it, but he invented the telephone. You think about his wife, how she supported him. This dude invented the telephone. Something that, back in those days, we think of a telephone now as just so common. But back in those days, it wasn't. So you think about the support that he had to have to achieve such a feat. Could he have, you ask you a question, could he have done it without the right kind of support? I say no. If he wouldn't have had the right kind of support, I don't think the telephone wouldn't have been invented, at least by Alexander Bell. Even though he's documented. Whether he actually invented the telephone, that's another show. But my point is, and Thomas Edison, a great inventor, he had a wife that supported him. He invented all kind of shit. I'm going way back in the day. I'm going to come up to our time. Jeff Bezos, you know him, the owner, the CEO of Amazon. Could he have actually made a company like Amazon without Mackenzie, his ex-wife? They end up divorcing, but, she was there. She was there in the thick and thin when he was inventing Amazon. When you thought about Amazon before, inventing a company where you're buying a bunch of books and the book companies laughed at them and say, you can't fuck with us. People like coming here and sitting down and drinking their coffee and taking in a book. You can't fuck with us. But we find out that wasn't the truth, was it? He did fuck with them in a mean kind of way. A lot of bookstores not around anymore. They're not laughing anymore, are they? And then he went after the retail stores, Sears, Sound Advice, I can't think of any more. It's been so many, But my point is, without a strong support system, could he have done that? Could he have, you think about it, somebody's saying, Amazon, what are you doing? You can't compete with the book. And I don't know Jeff Bezos. I don't know McKinsey. I don't know them motherfuckers. They're different, circle. I would never meet them. I don't know shit about him. Even though Jeff is from Miami, he went to Palmetto. That's a rival of my high school. So I mean, I know him that way, but I don't know him personally. I don't know shit about him. But I really would like to say, if it wasn't for his wife, I don't think Amazon could be what it is today. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You can't do that kind of shit alone. You got to have somebody saying you can do it. You'll succeed. I'm here for you. I love you. You got to have someone in your corner. You can't do that type of shit by yourself. You can't. Could Amazon be in existence today if it wasn't for McKinsey? I would say hell no. That's Jeff Bezos' wife. Strong support system. Give you another person. Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple. Could Apple be around if it wasn't for, what is his wife's name? Lorraine? Shit, I can't remember her damn name. Lacrane or some shit. She's a fine motherfucker too. But could Apple be in existence without her? I don't think so. Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, he's married to Priscilla Chan. Could Facebook be what it is today without Priscilla? I don't think so. She was an integral part of what Facebook is, and she still is. That strong support system, his wife. Give you another person, Kamala Harris. It goes both ways. Could Kamala be what she is, the fucking vice president of the United States, without Doug, her husband? I don't think so. Back when he was running for senator, you need a strong support. Yes, honey, I think you can win. You should run. If her husband didn't support her, she probably would have never ran for senator. If she would have never ran for senator, she wouldn't be the vice president today. I guarantee you, Doug was like, I don't know those motherfuckers. Now, let me keep saying this. I don't know them. But I'm willing to bet my toenail that it was like that. Yes, honey, I think you should win. You should run. A strong support system. If he didn't have that strong support system, she wouldn't have never ran for senator. And she wouldn't be the vice president today. So it goes both ways. Husbands, strong wives, boyfriends, girlfriends. Ice Cube, you know him. He strong rapper, movie producer. His wife, Kimberly, supported him all through the years. They've been married since forever. Jennifer Granholm, the former Michigan governor, her husband, Daniel. So, I can go on and on with countless other athletes, actresses, actors, inventors, owners of plumbing companies, owners of sanitation companies, owners of janitorial companies. You see, it goes from politicians to the owners of the companies that pick up your shit. It doesn't matter. You need that strong support system in place. You need a strong girlfriend who in turns hopefully turn into if she's a strong supportive girlfriend, she'll be a strong supportive wife. If he's a strong supportive boyfriend, he'd be a strong supportive husband. More than likely. You need that support system. Are you a good support system? In your relationships or in your current marriage now, do you support your man? Do you support your woman? When your man come up with some shit that, you actually think is not good. Because, a lot of times we get, things that we do get judged on if it's, making money and that kind of thing. So something that he or she is doing that is not bringing in money, then you think, why are you doing it, honey? You're wasting our time. You're wasting our money. What are you doing? But, you have to support someone's dreams, And so what if it don't make money? It's making that person happy. How many times, how many entertainers just started doing shit just because it made them happy? They wasn't really making money from it for a long time. And then all of a sudden they achieve a high buzz level, and next thing you know, they're Howard Stern. A simple radio jock from a station, and that motherfucker blew up. Look what he is now. But his first wife, supported him through the years. And, look what he is now. So, sometimes you can't go by what if it's making money now. You have to just, if it makes that person happy, that's what's important. It's not, if it's not fucking with your family, then what's the harm? What's the harm? I was dating a girl a few years ago, and she found out that I had a podcast. I didn't tell her because, I just didn't tell her. It was something I would have told her later, but I haven't told her yet. So she found out about it. I forget how she found out. It was through, I forget how she said she found out, but she found out. So we went out on my birthday. This was the last time actually we went out. And this was kind of like the last, this was like the camel that, it was other things in it as well. She really didn't want a serious relationship. She wanted more like a let's kick it type of thing. It was that as well. And it's because what she said to me when she found out that I had a podcast. This was like the camel that broke the straws. The straw that broke the camel's back. She said, her exact words, I heard your little podcast. That's very interesting. So I was like, well, what you mean by that? And she elaborated, and basically she didn't like it. And that's cool, or you didn't agree with it, but I saw in that she wouldn't support me in my podcast. So if we got married, she'd be the first one to be trying to get me to stop my podcast. I saw that. It was very evident because she didn't understand, why I do a podcast if I'm not making $1 million a month, from doing it. And it's not. I'm not in podcasting because of the money. If I was in it because of the money, I would stop years. 2 years ago. It's just podcasts make me more happy. And being able to talk shit for about 30 minutes a week and people listening to me, that shit is cool. So it just makes me happy. I'm not doing it for the money. But I saw that she didn't support me. She didn't support this podcast. And if we would have got married, she'd have been trying to, why are you doing this? And she would have gave me a lot of trouble. So after that, I was like, you know what? This can't be. I don't want to just kick it with anyone right now, and she don't even support my podcast. There's no way we can be a couple. And that was the last time we went out. That was on my birthday, like 2 years ago. So 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. Some shit. But she didn't support me, and she made it very evident. And my thing is, if you are in a relationship or, especially if you're in a relationship, you have to see if people are supporting your dreams. And your dreams could be anything. Your dreams could be, maybe you want to be the highest position at your work, or maybe you want to be an actor. Maybe you want to be a lawyer one day, or maybe you want to be some type of entertainer, or whatever the case may be, a college professor, a owner of a janitorial company, whatever the fuck it is. You have to have someone in your corner that is egging you on. Yeah, you can do that, honey. We can do that, honey. Yeah, I'm with you. What do you need me to do to help you out? You have to have that support from someone. Like right now, I think about sometimes, should I go for my PhD? And I said that after I finished my second master's, I would never go back to school. Shit, fuck that. But, I do think about it from time to time. Do I? Because, I should do it now before I get too old, too old to fuck around with a PhD. But I guarantee if I had a woman in my corner that's saying, yeah, honey, you can do that. What? We can do that. What? You can be a just give me a little bit of push. I'll probably go for that shit. A lot of times we need that little push, to get us through shit. And if you don't have a person that support your dreams for the little shit, or just support your dreams in general, then how are they going to support you when some real shit hit? They probably won't. They won't. Shit. If they're not supporting you now for your dreams and doing the good time, the smart, the small shit, like, you just want to do a fucking podcast, then they're not going to support you for the major shit. It's a big sign that people should look for when they're in a relationship. If a person is not supporting you in a relationship, they're not going to support you in a marriage. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. Oh, no, Roosevelt, no, they can change. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That is the major problem with what's going on in marriages of today. People are marrying silly motherfuckers thinking that once they say I do, that everything will change. Everything will get hunky-dory. Oh, he'll be okay when we get married. No, he won't. No, she won't. Just because you say fucking I do. If the motherfucker is showing their true colors before you get married, that's what they are. That's what they're not going to change. It trips me out when people are always saying that, he did this before we got married, but I thought that he would change when we got married. The fuck you thought that? It's not going to change. Just because you say I do, just because you put the most expensive ring on their finger, doesn't mean they're going to change. It's hard to change a person's heart. So if a motherfucker's not supporting your dreams and not supporting you before you get married, I would say they're probably not going to support you when you get married. They're not going to understand that you want to get a degree. You're going to get your PhD. What? We can't. What? Why you want to get that for? You want to be an actor? Well, or whatever it is. They can't understand that shit. They don't support you because they didn't support you before you was married. So why the fuck they going to support you now? Look out for the signs when you're in a relationship. A lot of people don't do it. And then when they get in a marriage, they're all fucked up. I know a lady that was a librarian assistant. Smart woman, very smart. And I was like, I always used to ask her, how come you didn't go back to school to get your master's so you can be a librarian? You could be a branch manager, easy. And she could never answer me. I know the answer, but she could never answer me. The answer was because she had a husband that didn't support her, didn't push her. Honey, you should be a librarian. You need to go back to school. And she probably went back to school and she'd have been a branch manager all these years. Instead, she was a library assistant. Now, I'm not saying that that's bad as well, but I know from talking to her from time to time that she really wanted to be a librarian. But, you know, she just didn't have that push. And sometimes that's necessary. If I had a wife that would, you know, be like, Roosevelt, you know, baby, get your PhD. I'm with you, you know, blah, blah, blah. Hell, I'll probably do it. But now, I'm probably not. Fuck that. But I do think about it. Now, and not that I need a lot of motivation. Shit, I got 4 degrees. But I don't, PhD, so that's some real serious shit. And I need a lot of support for that. Shit. But if I had that support, I probably would go for that shit. I'd probably go get it. Support is very important. I don't give a fuck who you are, from the vice president down to the head of janitorial services. Support is very important. It's very important to find a person when you're looking for a mate that will support you in your dreams, no matter how small they are, no matter how big they are. You have to find someone that supports you. Someone that's going to be in your corner no matter what. That's very important. And if you look at every motherfucker that's successful, from entertainers, business owners, billionaires and shit, they have someone that is very influential in their corner. I don't give a fuck who it is. Joe Biden, shit. President. Barack Obama. They have strong women or strong men in their corner that got them through the rough shit. That kept giving them that push that they needed in the bad times, or when they needed motivation. You need that support system. I don't give a fuck who you are. So you have to ask yourself, are you a good supporter when it comes to supporting your man or your woman in a relationship? You have to ask yourself, are you a good supporter in your marriage or relationship? Do you support your girlfriend right now? Do you support your boyfriend right now? Do you support your husband? Do you support your wife in their dreams? Amazing what support could do. Anyway, that concludes another episode of X&Y Show. Join me next week, and I promise I'll get that information out early. So be sure to check out the X&Y Show. I'm on the Podbreed Network. Bunch of indie podcasts on there. Be sure to join us all. A lot of nice shows on there. Besides mine, there's some really good shows and a lot of different genres. So be sure to check out podbreed.com. You can check out a lot of different indie podcasts coming up in the world. You can find the XY Show on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram. My website is www.xyshow.com, where you can find everything from my social media and my various venues as well. I'm on iTunes, Apple now. I'm on iHeart, Spotify, Pandora, pretty much all of them. So you can find them all on my website. And there's also a store where I have a couple of shirts that are available. So you can find that as well. Take a shirt, let me know, and send it to me, and I can definitely let everyone know you're a true X and Wire. So without further ado, I will see you next week. And I love you all for supporting me through my dreams. And I will never forget that if I do hit it big. So I want you always to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.